Hey guys, welcome to Sat Easily's official YouTube channel, your go-to hub for high-quality stat content and mind-blowing tips and tricks to help you reach your dream score. Now today, we're going to dive right into one of the most powerful tools hiding right under your nose on the SAT, the DESMOS calculator. Now, if you use this right, you're going to get free points just by being smart about it. So in this video, we're going to show you exactly how to milk DESMOS for every last ounce of advantage, boost your speed, accuracy, and confidence, and have some fun in the process. So let's crack the code on DESMOS and let's get those 3 points.
So tip number one, right? Equations are not just math gibberish, they're shapes. That's right, every equation hides a shape behind it, and Desmos helps you see it instantly. It's like turning x's and y's into actual pictures. And when you can see the picture, you can see the answer. It's a total game changer. Just watch me.
Alright, let's turn some equations into graphs. So our first problem is s plus 7r equals 27 and r equals 3. So we're tasked to find the solution to this given system of equations. Now normally you guys would probably write these things down on your paper and spend a couple minutes trying to find the answer. Now on Desmos, this is going to be much faster. Watch this. So replace the s and the r with y and x. Y plus 7x equals 27 and x equals 3. This graphs these equations on Desmos, and then you can see where these graphs intersect, which is 3, 6, and that's the solution. What's that on the question? It's B, right? So that's going to save you a couple minutes on the exam. Now, graphing isn't just all about lines. You can also graph circles, parabolas, and anything you really want. So on this question, we're tasked to find the diameter of the circle in an xy plane with the equation x minus 5 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 16. Now, normally, if you're on paper, you're probably going to write that out and, spend some minutes trying to solve that out, right? But if you're on Desmos, watch this. Watch this. X minus 5 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 16. Now, we know what the diameter is, right? The diameter is how far a circle is from the top to the bottom, or from the left to the right. So let's look at the top and the bottom here. We got 5, 7, and 5, -1. Now the distance from here to here is going to be 8, right? Because you got 7, minus 1, right? Or that's going to be 8, right? So the answer would be B here. Just like the last problem, Desmos is saving us a good amount of time. Now, this question is a bit more tricky. We're going to use stat Desmos to calculate a pretty hard problem here. So we're tasked to see what value does x as f of x reaches minimum. So let's start out by graphing f of x. F of x equals x minus 10 times x plus 13. And if you know anything about parabolas, you know the minimum is the lowest point on the parabola. So if we go down over here, we can see the minimum is, zoom in over here, we got negative 1.5 comma negative 132.25. And that would be x, negative 1.5, and f of x would be negative 132.25. Now let's go over to the answer choices. We have A, B, C, or D. And negative 1.5 would be negative 3 over 2, and that's our answer. Pretty fast, right? Alright, so this problem is kind of a combination of everything we had before. So we're tasked to find a possible value of A when we have a point A comma B lying on a circle. So our first instinct here should be to graph the circle, obviously. So we should have like x plus 4 squared plus y minus 19 squared equals 121, right? So where's the circle at? Let's zoom out. Let's see. It's over here, right? So we know A is going to be the x value because it's part of the parentheses A comma B. So let's type in some values for x. So we have to test out negative 16, negative 14, 11, and 19 because those are our options on the SAT answer choices, right? So sorry, x equals negative 16. That's not on the circle. What about negative 14? X equals negative 14. Oh, that is on the circle. So this one and this one. So that should be our answer. It's going to be B. That saves a lot of time, doesn't it? So we've covered tip number 1. Let's talk about tip number 2. Here, we're going to try to solve for unknown constants. Now, if we try for trial and error, that's pretty slow, right? And if you solve manually, even slower. But for Desmos, we get the almighty slider. This thing is gold. Just watch this. So just copy the equation you want into Desmos. So I tried ax squared plus 5y equals 8, for example, right? So our slider is right here. And if you want to remove it, just remove like this. If you want to add it, just go right here. And you can go back and forth on this, make it a equals this, a equals that, right? And let's just multiple values really fast, right? And it's like you're just sliding away to get the output you want. And it's great. So this will make you save a lot of time on the stat test. Alright, let's focus on applying tip number 2 and the sliders to these problems, right? So our first question is asking how we can find the value of x on these equations, right? Let's graph them out now. Y equals 2x squared minus 21x plus 64, and y equals 3x plus a, right? Let's add the slider a. And we know that these are going to intersect at only one point in the xy plane. So let's make sure that only one point happens. So if we go this way, we're still getting 2 points, right? Let's go to the, so we shouldn't go that way. Let's go the other way now. So we keep going this way. We're getting closer to 1 point, closer to 1 point. I think right about there. Was it right? 8. So if we go here, we can see that 6, 10. So the value of x would be 6, because that's only when they intersect at 1 point. That's where you have it. So we got this by the slider method, right? If you're doing this on paper, that's like way longer, right? So this is a much better way to do it.
So tip number 3. DESMOS has a lot of inbuilt functions, right? You can use sine, cosine, tangent, the inverse sines, right? The inverse cosines. So you can use these to exploit them for free points, right? So one way you want to use them is to solve questions using these DESMOS functions. For example, you can use this in like statistics, the greatest common denominator, the lowest common multiple, stuff like that, right? Let me walk you through it. So starting off with our first problem, what is the median of the data set shown? 4, 10, 18, 4, 4, 5, 6, and 5, right? So let's plug that in onto DESMOS. Median of 4, 10, see 18, 4, 18, 4, 5, 6, and 5, right? We get 5. That's pretty fast, right? Because if you were doing that on paper, you have to sum up all of those things, and then see the middle where the middle is, right? Is to sort them out. So that's gonna save you a lot of time on the exam, right? That's one way you can do it. There, and then another thing you can do is calculate distance with a lengthy formula. Let's say this is asking you what's the distance of something from here to here, right? You just type in distance of 0, 5, and then type like, let's say 0, 3, and then you got 0, 5. It's just going to be 2. Now for our biggest and best tip in the DESMOS, okay? The equation maker. This is the hidden gem that will save you a ton of time. Use it when you're given the points of a figure or the input and the output of a function. So what you want to do is click on the plus icon in the top left, right here. Then you want to go to add table. Then you just put the values in the table you want, right? So let's say you want to write stuff like here. Replace x, y, and x, so you can do 5, 5, 4, 4, right? And I can plot this on the thing. So if you have any kind of statistics question, you can literally plot the values and see if there's any pattern you want. So you can write any equation you want, see any relationship you want at all. So 1, 0, and this would help you a ton for any kind of problem you want to do, right? So for example, let me walk you through the next problem for this here. So what do we have? We have 0, 29, so we can go 0, 29, then we can go 1, 2, 32, and 35, right?
Okay, so we just finished entering all the coordinates, but we haven't answered the question yet. The question is asking us what's the equation of fx. So we want to make a linear regression here, and this is where DESMOS really comes in help. We can simply put in y1 tilde kx1 plus b. Boom! It tells us the slope is 3 and the intercept is 29. And we should choose the correct answer, A.
Boom! That's it. You now have 4 killer DESMOS tricks to boost your SAT math score fast. From graphing equations to sliders, built-ins, and equation-making sorcery, you just leveled up. And guess what? There's more. In the next video, we're going to cover even more. Inequalities, plot lines, and all that kind of sort. So stay tuned, stay sharp, and join SAT Easily for the best resources around. Let's get that score, guys. Thanks for watching.